Throughout the vast tapestry of human history, woven with the stories of empires rising and falling, civilizations being born and meeting their demise, there exists a peculiar and sinister practice that has persisted through the ages: inbreeding. This practice, seen in the royal houses of Europe and the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, echoes through the corridors of power with a disturbing melody. Let's explore the consequences of this practice and how it influenced the course of history. The Habsburg Labyrinth. As we unveil the grand stage of European history, the captivating tale of the House of Habsburg unfolds before us. This dynasty played a crucial role in shaping the contours of the continent. Originating in the 11th century, the Habsburgs spread their influence from the Iberian Peninsula to Austria and Hungary. Their goal was clear: to maintain power within the family, passing down authority through generations without external influence. A prominent figure in this lineage was Charles II of Spain, ruling from 1665 to 1700, marking the zenith of Habsburg power. Endearingly known as El Hechizado, or the Bewitched, Charles II was a result of generations of familial intermarriages. His parents, Mariana of Austria and Philip IV of Spain, were uncle and niece, symbolizing the depth of inbreeding within the dynasty. However, the preservation of power came at a hefty price. The recurrent familial unions gave rise to the infamous Habsburg jaw, a physical characteristic with an elongated lower jaw and a protruding lower lip. Charles II, the embodiment of Habsburg inbreeding, displayed this trait along with other health issues. Plagued by physical and mental challenges, his rule faced numerous obstacles, serving as a poignant reminder of the consequences of inbreeding. The Habsburg jaw, though a stark physical manifestation, wasn't the sole outcome of this intricate dance of bloodlines. The dynasty faced an increased risk of stillbirths and infant deaths, casting a shadow over their grand palaces. The lack of viable heirs became a pressing concern, threatening to extinguish the torch they worked diligently to keep aflame. Perhaps the most significant consequence was Charles II's inability to produce an heir, despite 2 marriages. His health issues, stemming from generations of inbreeding, prevented the continuation of the Habsburg lineage in Spain. Following his demise in 1700, a void opened, leading to the War of Spanish Succession as European powers vied for the vacant throne. Tangled bloodlines of the British monarch. The story of the British monarchy is like a big, intricate tapestry woven with threads of power, tradition, and family connections. Although not as famous for inbreeding as the pharaohs of Egypt or the Habsburgs, the British royal family has its own history of closely connected family unions that influenced its path. This tradition of marrying close relatives goes back to medieval times when consolidating power and maintaining alliances were very important. King Edward III, who ruled from 1327 to 1377, is one such example. He married his second cousin, Philippa of Hainault, and their lineage had a significant impact on British history. The interconnected royal bloodlines eventually led to Queen Victoria, often called the Grandmother of Europe, who ruled from 1837 to 1901. Her children married into various European royal houses, creating a network of relationships across the continent. Queen Victoria herself married her first cousin, Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, and they had 9 children. However, this practice had consequences. Hemophilia, a blood-clotting disorder, appeared in the royal lineage, likely introduced by Queen Victoria herself. Her son Leopold inherited this condition, facing a life filled with health issues. The royal disease spread to other European royal houses through Victoria's daughters, who were carriers of the gene. As we move into the 20th century, there's a change in the British monarchy's marriage practices. The old tradition of marrying close relatives started fading away, reflecting evolving social norms and a better understanding of genetics. Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, and Queen Elizabeth II are third cousins, both being great-great-grandchildren of Queen Victoria. However, since their union, there haven't been any more close familial marriages in the British royal family. The pharaonic dance of bloodlines. As we journey through the ancient land of the Nile, a place that profoundly shaped history, we encounter the majestic pharaohs of Egypt and their intriguing customs, leaving an indelible mark on the timeless landscape. Among their practices, one that stands out is the tradition of inbreeding, deeply woven into the fabric of their story. The roots of this practice trace back to the dawn of Egyptian dynastic rule around 3100 BC with Nama, often celebrated as the unifier of Egypt. However, it reached its peak during the Ptolemaic dynasty, spanning from 305 BC to 30 BC. In the heart of this dynasty lies the story of Pharaoh Ptolemy II, Philadelphus, whose marriage to his full sister, Arsinoe II, stirred both fascination and controversy. The Ptolemaic pharaohs justified these unions by associating themselves with the divine siblings Isis and Osiris, giving a divine touch to their earthly deeds. Cleopatra VII, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom, adds another captivating chapter to this saga. Known for her intelligence and charisma, Cleopatra was a product of generations of familial intermarriages, marrying two of her younger brothers as per tradition. This practice wasn't just about tradition or showcasing power. It had political undertones. By marrying within the family, pharaohs ensured the consolidation of power, eliminating potential threats from ambitious outsiders. The royal bloodline stayed within the household, securing the passage of power down the line of succession. However, this practice cast shadows. The close intertwining of bloodlines had consequences, often manifesting in health complications. King Tutankhamun, or King Tut, who ascended the throne at 9, is a poignant example. Recent studies on his mummy reveal maladies like a clubfoot and malaria linked to the legacy of inbreeding in his lineage. It's crucial to note that this practice wasn't confined to royal palaces. Societal norms of the time saw commoners marrying close relatives. Limited choices within small agricultural communities often drove these unions among the common people. The genetic ripples in isolated human communities. In distant corners of the world where communities live in seclusion, a unique story unfolds, one that involves genetics, heritage, and the practice of inbreeding. While this story is rooted in tradition and necessity, it also provides valuable insights into how our chromosomes dance and the consequences of this intimate genetic ballet. Let's take a journey back to the 18th century, to the remote Tristan da Cunha island in the South Atlantic. Discovered by Portuguese explorer Tristão da Cunha in 1506, it wasn't until 1816 that the British Navy formally settled there to thwart French use during the Napoleonic Wars. Over time, the island's population grew, but it remained mostly isolated, creating a close-knit community with limited genetic diversity. Today, with around 250 people, Tristan da Cunha stands as a living testament to the effects of inbreeding in isolated communities. Bound by geography and historical circumstances, the islanders grapple with hereditary disorders like retinitis pigmentosa, causing progressive vision loss. Despite the vibrancy of the community, they face ongoing challenges due to their restricted genetic pool, highlighting the profound impact of inbreeding. The genetic ripples in isolated human communities. Geographic isolation is not the only factor leading to inbreeding. Cultural isolation, as seen in the history of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, provides another example. This religious group, based in North America, practices polygamy and values large families. In the late 20th century, leaders like Warren Jeffs pushed the FLDS further into seclusion, resulting in a situation where a significant part of the community could trace their lineage back to just a few ancestors. This isolation led to a higher occurrence of rare genetic disorders, such as fumarase deficiency, a severe neurological condition. Despite these challenges, the FLDS community remains tightly knit, showcasing resilience in the face of adversity. Their story highlights the intricate interplay between culture, genetics, and the practice of inbreeding. Thanks for watching the video, and if you found it informative, please like and subscribe to Time Capsule for similar content. We look forward to sharing more knowledge with you in the future. Until then, take care.